Jeffersons. Which is...
Hello! Welcome to the 29th podcast, I believe?
29 used to be our unlucky number.
29 used to be unlucky number, yes.
Oh, maybe this one's gonna suck, or maybe it'll be really good.
28 was always our lucky number, so I don't know.
Yeah, so we were like 29? Bad.
28 was great, 29 was terrible.
There's no in between.
Yeah. I'm just gonna make sure this is the 29th episode, because I'm really not sure. But I think it is.
I'm pretty sure it is. I don't think we're at 30 yet.
I know we're not 30, but I'm not sure if we're at 29. But keep talking. Good. I will, if I correct myself,
give us a second.
Then you'll know I fucked up, but just keep talking. It's going to take a bit.
It's a beautiful day.
Mm-hmm.
The week again. I had a busy week today, kinda.
I had not a busy week.
Yeah, but you've been having, like, kinda busy weeks.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. This is true.
Art. I'm working hard on that.
I had one day of school this week.
Yeah, I had one day off this week.
Mm-hmm. I didn't go to school today either. But that wasn't because of snow day. That was just because that was a scheduled not go to school day.
So Prody?
Yeah.
My Prody is next week.
And then you also have Monday off, but everyone has Monday off.
Is that just a Canadian holiday? Is it for everyone?
I believe it's just a Canadian holiday.
Family Day.
I was correct. This is the 29th Glowcast.
Oh, yes. Happy Family Day, everyone. Hey, wait, is it Family Day? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be Family Day. Happy Family Day.
So happy Family Day. Please listen to this with your family.
Don't listen to this with your family. That's a bit weird.
Put everything down.
Go hang out with your family. Don't listen to this.
Depends who you're listening to, I guess. Like, if you're listening to with your mom, I mean, she'll probably think, oh, it's kids, they're cute. The whole family, like...
No, just hang out with your family. Don't listen to some random podcast with your family. Look
at the screens. Put down the phones.
Put down the phones.
Put down the phones. Okay, this is really good. I was reading this Reddit thing today called I'm 14 and This Is Deep.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking that, like, that's really funny. And I was thinking, like, that really reminds me of these kids in my art class.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I'm in advanced art, and the teacher's like, oh, for everything you gotta friggin' have a meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Social meaning. And, like, you gotta find something, some sort of message to it. My class tries to come up with stuff like that. Like, they're talking about the phones, how they are, like, we're addicted to the phones, and they're talking about society. Women.
I generally go for when I've had it before where the teacher's like, this has to have some meaning behind it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's...
And I generally go straight to the technology is bad meaning. Not because I believe that, just because that's easy.
It is easy. It's funny.
Though I do really like my final project for art last year, even if it's not quite phones are bad. Yeah. But it is, in a way. Because the point of it is you can't take a picture of it. Yeah. Like, it's really cool in person. You can't take a picture of it. It just doesn't work. Because it's just a completely black square in photos, but in real life it's all braille and cool and you're allowed to touch it and whatever.
That's interesting. I like that. That sounds like something someone would make as a project. Except yours is actually kind of smarter than a lot of the ones I'm seeing.
But yeah, it was basically because I wanted to make it and I thought it was cool and I had to do a write about it. So it was about how
we always have to do that. Always have to do that.
Yeah, you lose a piece of stuff when you're communicating or when you're seeing it over a phone. Because so many people just look at art over their phone, and it's not. You don't get the whole thing because the size is important. Phone quality isn't the same as eye quality yet. So. Yeah. That's what I did for that. So it kind of has that kind of...
French with a similar meaning, actually.
It's kind of the bullshit, like, I need a meeting, okay, but I actually kind of like the meeting. And I just like the art piece. It was fun to make. It's in my room now. I finally got back, like, last week.
Yeah, is it big?
No, it's like 10 inches, I think? No, a bit bigger than that. Maybe like 15 inches.
That's like a ruler size.
Yeah.
Smaller than a ruler.
It's not massive. It's a little bit bigger than a ruler. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not huge, it's just...
Next time I visit you, I'll go
size.
check it out. Don't break it before next time I come over. I want to see
it. It has some issues because it was so close to the art table that there's some, like, random splatters of paint on it. Because the teacher, he put it up in the art room, but it had to be close enough so you could touch it, because that's the point.
Yeah.
And someone was working on art. And I don't really care. I just need to grab some black paint and go over everything. But, yeah. It's fine, whatever.
Yeah. It sounds really cool.
But yeah, so it's not a fully black thing right now, because there is paint on it. But since it is such a simple paint job, it's quite easy to fix. I just haven't done it yet, because it takes a decent amount of paint.
Think you're going to, though?
Possibly. Maybe. I don't know.
Its run is kind of done, right?
Yeah.
In the sun.
Yeah, it will just be in my house, though. It's like, I don't know. If I want to put it up, then I probably would. But I don't know if I want to put it up.
Yeah, because, like, it's not really something you look at.
I really like touching it. But... because it's just fun to touch.
See it. I'm really curious. I want to.
But I feel like I totally made spelling mistakes in Braille, because I can't tell, because I can't actually read Braille.
Didn't you try to read it, though? Or did you use Google Translate?
I use a Braille translator, yes. Not Google Translate, but a Braille translator.
I thought you learned Braille for it. I'm a bit less disappointed now. I mean, I'm a bit more disappointed.
Braille's not... No, I couldn't... Braille's not just the letters. I want to have the proper conjugations and things in there.
Oh, yeah.
Braille, since they don't want to write out the entire thing every time, because that takes a bit, there's a lot of short forms for common things.
Yeah.
And so it's actually quite hard to learn Braille fully.
Yeah, fully, but, like, to get the gist of it, I would think to get the gist it's kind of easy, though.
But also, how do you learn it without the proper resources?
Yeah, I guess you need, like, at the very least, like, a pad with all the different letters.
Yeah, exactly. And anywhere, like, there's one on the playground, but...
Hey, you can practice there.
Kids attack it, so it's missing half of the dots.
Oh, yeah, kids... You know, they don't want to learn Braille, they just want to...
All the McDonald's have, like, Braille on their table to say what table number it is, and all of them are picked off. Like, they're all just flat.
Oh. I mean, I guess they have to, like... Can't pick them off, like, put them in metal or something.
I don't know. But yeah, it's like, that's not very useful.
Yeah, I know, it's, like, pointless now. It's just like, okay, they made a good attempt, but, you know, it's nothing now.
We have Braille on money, which I like.
Yeah, we do.
I don't get why, like, America doesn't have Braille on money.
Does America still have paper money? That's crazy.
Yeah, it has paper money, but you can still put Braille on it. There's lots of paper money with Braille. They just don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
And also, if you're in America and need context, Canada has plastic money, so it's waterproof.
Yeah, my school next year might have, like, hand sign class, you know, to learn that. What's it called again?
Sign language. But
what
kind of sign language? Like the ASL? Or I forget what there's no Canadian one, but there is a Quebec one.
Americans? It's probably not Quebec. I saw ASL.
Yeah, then it's the American.
It was like some sort of abbreviation or something.
ASL is American Sign Language.
Yeah.
There's also British Sign Language. The Quebec one might just be...
It really makes sense if they did the Quebec one, but I know it wasn't a Quebec thing.
It wouldn't make sense to do the Quebec one, because...
A lot of my teachers are from Quebec, though.
Yes, but also, it's a little bit useless. Because people in Quebec barely even use the Quebec one.
Yeah, that's true.
It's... People around here generally use ASL because it's more useful.
Yeah.
So, generally, if you're going to use learn sign language, you'd learn the American one or the British one.
Yeah, we're not learning the British one, definitely.
Yeah, so it's probably ASL, because that's the most commonly used one around here.
I didn't sign up for the class, though, because I wanted to be in kitchen instead.
Mm-hmm.
It is an option.
Yeah, my school doesn't have it as an option. It's an online course option. But
I'm really surprised that they would even have that as a class.
Mm.
We have, like, a Spanish class, but the teacher, like, barely speaks Spanish, and she also barely speaks French. So she's trying to teach Spanish in French. She's an English teacher, so.
Yeah, that doesn't work so well.
A paradoxical language that she can't speak. I wanted to be in Spanish, but now I'm like, maybe I'm happy I'm not, because the teacher just sucks.
Yeah. I don't think we have Spanish anymore, because the teacher who knew Spanish left.
Yeah, not so many people speak Spanish here.
Mm-hmm. And we have our new French, because it was the Spanish and French teacher. But now we have a new French teacher, and she has a British accent, apparently. I've never actually talked to her, because I'm not in French. But, yeah.
What language classes do you have? Just French?
Just French.
That's obligatory.
And, like, English.
I mean...
Well, English, we have different forms of English, because we do also have the, like, learning English, like, basic one, because our school has, like, 25% international students. But
it's really cool that they take in so many international students. I guess a lot of English schools do, actually, right?
Yeah, it's pretty common. At least in the ones I've gone to. I don't know if it's so much for public schools.
Yeah, I think Mackenzie's school does, too.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's real common. But yeah, so we do have, like, the basic English course. Because it is useful.
And you're obviously not allowed to take that.
Yeah, it's
really
not just
unfair.
an option.
Unfair.
No, it wouldn't count as an English because, like, we have to have an English. That wouldn't count.
The other one count as an English.
But yeah, so we have that.
Yeah.
Most of the international students are from various places in Asia. I believe at our school, the most is Japanese, and then Korean, and then we have some Chinese and some Taiwanese. I don't think we have much more than that. Last year we had someone from the Netherlands. But
that's really cool.
We don't have them from that many places.
Because, like, there's a lot of people who are Chinese and they just live here. Half the stuff is in Chinese anyways, so... Like, you can really get by knowing Mandarin here.
Mandarin's a good thing to know, because it is such a common language.
Yeah, I'd love to learn Mandarin, but it's so hard.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's like the hard part of Japanese, but that's all it is.
Maybe at some point.
Japanese is really cool, though. Japanese is... I've been practicing my Japanese a lot with my friends lately.
I was watching you try to read what I'm assuming is Japanese and jazz punk.
Oh yeah, well, that's what we're doing nowadays. It's Japanese.
If you want to see that, you can see that, because the jazz punk episode's on the channel as of Thursday.
Yes. We're doing a new Let's Play. And if there's more Japanese, we'll be reading it, so tune in for that.
Badly.
But you know what? Every episode we're getting a little bit better.
Yep.
In the game, if there's some Japanese, we'll read it and we'll pronounce it fine. No?
Maybe.
Best case scenario. Alright.
The problem is you don't have anyone to correct you if you pronounce it wrong.
No, I don't actually have any fluent in Japanese friends.
You should meet my Japanese friend.
I would be so down if, like, she wants to help me learn Japanese, but I mean, I understand if she doesn't want to, because that's really annoying. Being like, can you, like, I had this friggin', like, dream where I was like, who knows Japanese, and, like, I'll just go to the grocery store, and then I'll read everything stupidly like I do, if I'm saying it wrong or not.
Yeah.
Learning.
We'll see.
Dude, learning language...
You could join, like, an international student program type thing. Like, an after-school type thing, because they always need people to speak English with them.
that they're coming here to learn English, so it's kind of weird to
exactly.
be like,
That's the problem.
Unless they're just like already. There's not a lot of Japanese people who like live here though.
Yeah. Yours doesn't have very much Japanese people. Around here, that's quite common.
No, it's either like students or you know.
Around here, there's a lot of students that know Japanese. And then their parents can come along with them. Sometimes. Not always, though.
Be one of those students who goes to a different country.
I want to go to Japan someday.
Yeah.
Mostly just to hang out with my friend, though.
That's cool. Is she gonna move here?
She wants to.
Yeah, I heard you saying that she wants to move here.
But immigration is hard.
It is. We were doing this presentation in English, actually, about some change that happened in your life, and a lot of people were talking about how their parents are, like, how they originally immigrated here.
Mm-hmm.
Change. Like, I talked about my grandma, and I did mention how she immigrated here. Mm-hmm. She was, like, an immigrant until very recently, too.
Oh, yeah.
She's still citizen until, like, 10 years ago or something. Even though she's married and she had kids here.
Yep.
Yeah, but most people, like, they're either, like, second generation or, like, third generation Canadian.
Mm-hmm. I know I'm third generation, and so are you.
Yeah, me too. I know there's this girl whose mom came from India, so she's technically first generation, but her mom moved when, like... And then my friend, her parents are from Lebanon, and she was born there. Again, she moved here when she was super young, but her brother was born here.
At my old school...
It's just, like, a mess, but, like, a lot of people just come from all over.
At my old school, we had quite a decent amount of, like, the kids had immigrated in their lifetime.
Yeah.
Not so much where I go to school now.
Yeah, I mean, I have people in my class who here, but usually they're, like, babies. France or something. I think there's some people in my class from France. So... There's no French people here, and, like, the only reason I have French people in my class is because it's the only French school.
Yeah.
They all come here. It's cool, though. I want to go to France. I'd like to go there.
Yeah.
No Japanese.
France is cool, too.
If I learn Japanese, I'd want to go to Japan. But I don't know right now, so. Because I feel weird going to a country and, like, not knowing how to speak.
Yeah.
Traveling is still cool.
I feel like I'd have that problem with Japan, and then my Japanese friend is like, no, you just come, and we can hang out, and I can help you, and most people know English.
You have a connection.
And
you have a connection.
And there's a lot of people who would want you to speak English so they can get better at English and whatever. But,
yeah.
Yeah, I have a connection. She says I can stay at her house. Cool. It's like your size house, so figure out where to stick me. But
yeah, you could probably do the same thing you do here.
Yeah, exactly. Or just sleep on her floor or whatever. I'm fine with sleeping on floors. You just don't. Your house just doesn't have a floor I can really sleep on.
Unless you want to sleep in the hallway.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm not sleeping on tile.
Yeah. That's true.
Your room, I literally don't fit on the floor.
Yeah.
It's
at
too
first,
short.
like, before you came here, I'm like, maybe you can sleep on my floor, but it's like, no.
No. Physically can't. Or I could, because I generally sleep kind of balled up. But, like, also...
if you're doing that, you'd fit. But it would hurt, because there'd be, like, stuff you bump into the chair or something.
Yeah, and then you get up earlier than I do.
Yeah, so I'd, like, wake you up.
Yeah. It works better to be in separate rooms.
Also, I was gonna say that I know you said that you have a lot of trouble learning languages, but you'd probably have a better time learning Japanese than French.
Maybe.
Sure. And also, there's no, like, dumb grammar. Like, French is the dumbest stuff when you're writing it down.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of pretty if you know how to do it, but it's so frustrating and so ridiculous.
I don't
and
like
so much more difficult
languages
than
that
English.
have the, like, this object is feminine and this object, or the words change depending on if it's a female or male, and the...
Yeah, Japanese doesn't have that, really. It has, like, she and he, of course, but...
But that also might partly because I feel like that would be terrible for, like, non-binary people.
Yeah, it is not fun. Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about French, it's like, how do I refer to someone who's not she or he in French, really? They made their own, actually. We had this, the gay talk speakers, whatever. They're called Community. We had them come last year and, you know, tell us about being accepting and, you know, different types of trying to raise awareness or whatever. And, like, they were telling us, like, the words in French, and they literally, like, made new words. Picked those up and used them.
Makes sense.
It's like, some people in English, they make their own pronouns,
Yeah.
and I think that's kind of ridiculous, but in French, like, you literally have to.
Yeah.
Eventually, it'll just take longer for French people to start saying that, I guess.
One of my friends is doing a cool thing at his university of he's been being, and I quote, the bathroom guy. He's been busy advocating at his university for gender-neutral bathrooms, which is cool.
Yeah, the Starbucks around here, like, most of them have gender-neutral bathrooms.
Apparently his school had, like, none, so he went, and why don't I do this?
Yeah, I don't know about universities, but I know Starbucks.
Good old Starbucks. And one of my other friends, they were busy changing their name today.
Oh, yeah?
So, they're happy about this.
Yeah.
It's
Still,
annoying
like,
that
changing your
it
name's
costs
kinda
money,
scary.
but it makes sense, because you have to have all these things redone and whatever.
Named you that. And it feels like kind of cheating to choose your own name. Like, at least if you're changing your name because you're, like, changing genders or whatever, have your parents have some input on it. I don't know.
I don't know, because I don't know what they're changing their name to, but
you know what I mean? Like,
I don't think it really, like, your parents gave you a name, and if you don't want it anymore, then get a new one. Like,
I don't know. Some parents, they take it really seriously, though. Like, this is the name I gave you. My mom told me she took, like, weeks trying to choose my name.
Yeah, most parents take a while trying to choose your name, but that doesn't mean that...
I guess it's just anticlimactic. It's like, oh, you're not gonna use it. Oh, well.
I don't really think it matters. Like, they chose a
No, it doesn't
name.
matter what you're called as long as you have something to be called.
They chose a name for you, and then if you're done with it, then you can get a new one.
When I was younger, I was so obsessed with changing my name.
I know you
I
were.
really don't care anymore.
I remember.
Especially if it costs money.
I particularly didn't like how you forced me to change my name for a thing.
Yeah, I wanted to not be alone.
I also find it funny how you forgot what my actual, like, that wasn't my actual name.
I do not remember that. But
remember how we used to stick our names from, we'd go to Four Cats, and we'd stick our names in tape, because they always gave you a name tag in green tape, and we'd stick it to the window of your grandma's car?
Yeah, we had a collection, I remember that.
And I remember one time doing, either I was writing Dana and Adell, or something, but I needed and I'm like, okay, I'll make and you're like, oh, you want to use the D for my name? And I'm like, no, I have a D, and you'd forgotten.
See, because, yeah, but, like, it's so easy to change someone's name, but you just need to get in the groove of it.
Yeah.
Calling you, like, I called you that, I don't know how long that was.
Just
how long do you
Anna
think
for
we called each other
years.
that?
Couple
How do you
years.
think years, maybe?
I don't remember when we... I think we could figure out when we started by the YouTube channel, but I don't know when we stopped.
I think we stopped, like, when I was, like, 11 or something.
No, later than that.
No, it was before I moved.
Mm.
Before I moved over.
Yeah, but...
Before I was in, like, 7th grade.
I feel like it was later than 11 still.
12.
I know I went back earlier, but you kept... Not.
I'm pretty sure it was like when I graduated middle school and went into 7th grade in that other school. Because I remember calling you Dana then. Like, to introduce you to my new friends, I remember calling you Dana.
Yeah, but you called me Dana by that point. But I still called you Hallie.
Oh yeah, did you keep it longer than me?
You kept it longer than I did.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because I always didn't like it. I always thought it was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
So I went back earlier, but you kept wanting me to call you Hallie, so I kept calling you Hallie for longer than that.
Oh yeah, I guess that was it. I know, like, to your face, but I didn't to other people anymore.
Yeah.
Just because it was, I'm like, yeah.
A bit weird.
It's funny how long we kept that, though. I don't know if it's not weird, it's just pointless at that point. Like, there's no reason to. Because when I was, like, not younger, like 10 or whatever, I'm like, oh, this is so cool. But then, like, I'm 12, and it's like, I don't care too much
So
anymore.
cool.
Yeah.
But you've been having fun in the snow in Vancouver?
Well, you guys probably have the snow so much better than us. The snow is good, like, the beginning of the week. It's slush right now.
It's also slush here. We had, like, a foot of snow, but now it's slush. It's real gross.
Aw. I wanted to come back. Apparently it's supposed to come back on Tuesday.
Apparently. I don't know. We'll see.
Earlier in the week, me and Mateo, like, walked all the way to Valley Village. I don't know if I took you there, but it's like, we took the bus because the bus sucked, but then, like, go to Valley Village, that takes about, like, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But they were not coming for an hour, so we walked, like, half an hour in the snow to Valley Village.
So kids were sledding, of course. I didn't go sledding because I don't have a sled, but kids were sledding, and
I didn't either, but then, like, I used a trash bag.
Do you remember where you sled when you live on my street?
At the park?
No, you sled on the catwalk.
Oh yeah, that's like what my mom did when she lived there.
That's what your mom did, that's what I did, and that's what the new kids are doing.
Oh yeah.
Someone always gets nailed in the head by the bar, but that's okay.
I think I want to try it now, like, scared of it, but like...
I've never
if the bar
actually...
goes away, I'd try
Okay,
it.
let me just explain this to anyone who might be listening if they don't know my street.
Probably don't.
Most likely. So there's my street, and there's a street above me, and I live at, like, the base of a mountain, so there's a decent, up between the two streets, and, because it is a slope. So, in between these two streets is a catwalk with a mailbox in it, and it's quite steep, but it's a straight line, and on either side, to keep cars from driving up, there is, like, the fence thing. It's 3 poles across, and 3 poles to keep it up. And so, when it snows, that's a really great place to sled because it's so nice and steep, and it's the same steepness all the way down. But the problem is those poles at the end. However, if you duck right before you go under them, you won't get hit in the head by them. So you duck and slide under, slide over the bottom one, slide under the middle one. But if you fail to duck, you're going quite fast by that point, and get hit in the head with a pole. And that's just not a fun time. So, every year, when it snows, kids start sliding down there, and every year, someone gets hit in the head with a pole, because that's just how it goes.
Probably more than once a year, honestly.
Oh, way more than once a year. It's one bad one per year. Many times a year.
It's in the news!
I've never actually gone under the pole.
Ordeal.
Because I'm really bad at steering a sled. So the catwalk's wide, but it's not that wide. And there's only so much sledding area, because you have the side to walk up and the side to sled down. And so every year, and every time I went sledding, I would hit the wall, like, halfway down, and then just go back up to the top.
I never tried that. Maybe I will if I'm over there when it's snowing.
Yeah, it's not a bad place to sled, as long as you don't get hit.
Yeah, you just gotta be smart.
And the park is not a good place to sled right now, because it was really windy and a whole bunch of branches fell down.
The park near my house is actually pretty nice to sled. Like, you wouldn't think it, but it has some good hills.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, like, at first I didn't think it would be that great, but then I went to it when it was snowing and it was really nice.
But yeah, so it's not
have
a bit.
any
that was
sleds,
nice.
but then like they
Sledding.
donated us some crazy carpets.
Okay,
She wasn't,
that
but
sounds like fun.
they're just temporary.
Yesterday I was bored and one of my friends was like, "Want to go to the mall?" And I was like, "Sure." So we went to the mall, and she drove because she can drive. And so we were going to the mall. We were sitting in her car at a stoplight, and we look over to the car beside us, and this guy's drumming on his steering wheel. But I don't mean like drumming with his hands. I mean he had 2 drumsticks and was drumming on his steering wheel.
He's going to a concert.
I guess. And we're like, what? Why are you holding drumsticks? Shouldn't you be driving? And we're like, okay, is he gonna put them down when the light turns green? And so we just kind of kept watching him as the light turned green, and she started going, and I kept watching him, and he just keeps drumming.
Even when he's driving?
He's accelerating forward and still drumming. And that's just the funniest.
Like if he was listening to music?
I don't know, but it was just the funniest picture. This old guy, because he was like 50s to like 70s, like he was an older guy, drumming as he's accelerating forward.
That's
with
pretty
drumsticks in his car. And it's just like, what?
Where was he going?
I don't know. But we turned into the mall parking lot, and he got ahead of us because we were so confused by watching him. And
we
so
were just baffled.
But he turned at the next turn, so I don't know. But that's what happened.
Did he keep drumming? Did he stop? We'll never know.
I don't know. But it was quite funny.
It's pretty funny.
And then we went to the mall and wandered around the mall for a bit. It was Valentine's Day. My friend, she got a bunch of pins from Spencer. And then we went over to Michael's because I needed some yarn. And she wanted to get some string for a bracelet. So, what?
Is there a Michael's in the mall now, or is it just the one kind of close to it?
It's the strip mall beside the mall.
Yeah,
so
it's kind of close.
It's very close, so it's like I needed to get some yarn, so why not just go over there? It's in walking distance, but we drove because I don't know why we drove.
Because you guys were lazy.
She just decided to drive, and then Mom called because she was worried because it had started snowing, and she doesn't like me driving with a new driver in the snow.
No.
So she
How
called.
long has your friend been driving?
I don't know, like a year probably, maybe a bit longer. I don't know.
Yeah, they're pretty experienced.
Yeah, but so we went
also,
home.
Let me show you this.
What are you showing me?
This here. Did I show you one of these? I don't know if I did.
William did.
Oh yeah, I sent it on the server. I forgot to send one to you though. We handed these out yesterday. We printed like, I don't know, 50.
You printed them?
Yeah, we printed them and we wrote people's names on them. And we handed them out. Put this in the podcast.
I will. That's great.
I actually handed this out, you know? And people are like, what the frick's Khaki Marsh?
It's beautiful.
That guy, he makes the best music. And like, everyone was like so appreciative too, like I friggin' did this for them. It's like...
This is pretty great.
It is, it's amazing.
I appreciate the dedication.
Yeah, like, it wasn't that much work, but like, the result was so good. People are like, me and Mateo are like celebrities, like, people are just like a fan of the idea of us. Guys, you are the best couple. Everyone else is so superficial. Okay, you don't know me.
So
it's really ridiculous.
You're like their OTP?
They're OTP. They don't like everyone else. They're like, everyone's superficial, but you guys. You guys. I never talked to you before, but you guys. You're so cute. Girls in 11th and 12th grade. You know, what are the girls in your school like? Are they like that?
I guess, maybe.
It's like, it's funny. They're just so into, like, you know, seeing relationships with other people and, like, not involving themselves.
I don't really talk to them that much, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to talk to them, but I just kind of talk to whoever, so.
I talk to them, but not when they're talking about stuff like that. Like, I kind of offhand hear stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Like that, maybe sometimes.
If I wasn't the relationship they were talking about, then I'd eavesdrop and I'd hear stuff. But like, since I am that relationship, I hear it all the time, I guess.
I don't really process it, but I feel like I must have heard stuff like that. But I sit not with the girls that I sit near to, because I'm pretty sure. Because I feel like the girls that I generally sit on like the other side of class from me might be like that, but I don't particularly like them enough to even eavesdrop on them. So.
Oh yeah. It's exhausting eavesdropping on those types of conversations with those types of girls.
So like eavesdrop
but
on
you
people
don't have a choice.
I sort of like.
Yeah.
Like not enough to talk to them, but enough to listen to them. And so they don't generally talk like that. And I have girls in my grade that I talk to, and they don't generally talk like that. But I feel like there are girls that would, but I don't really listen to them. So I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really mean to listen to them usually. I'm just nice to them, and like, sometimes I talk with them and sit at their table, and then they, like, go on about this, and it's like, alright, cool.
Alright, bye.
I don't think that the other couples in my school, quote-unquote, whoever they are superficial, though. Like, no one's superficial. Everyone just has their own thing going on, you know?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
It needs to be, like, quote-unquote, in love. People can just, like, you know, have a thing, and it's like, okay. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't really worry about it. I don't notice when kids all of a sudden I'll just find out that kids are in a relationship and it's like, what?
Like,
how long has this been going on? 2 years?
Yeah, I guess that's how it is. 2 years. Dana's out of the loop.
I'm not really in the loop.
Yeah, me neither. I don't want to be in the loop, but some people just, they drag me in, and it's kind of funny.
I find out when I either make friends with someone who's friends with them or things like that, then I'll find out. Because, like, I'll talk to someone, and then, like, some of my friends are more in the loop than I am with certain people, because they are friends of that person. Like, you know, your friends are friends with people you don't know. And then I'll find out, and it's like, oh, they've been in a relationship since, like, grade 9. Okay.
It's cool, they're still going at it. Most of the time, you just kind of, in my school at least, you figure about relationships just because you see people holding hands. It's like...
I'm not paying that much attention, though.
I don't know. I pay attention to things like that. I don't even really mean to. I just kind of process it like, okay, holding hands, they're probably dating. I don't say something insensitive.
I just don't really assume that.
I don't either, but like I say, they're probably, because like, you know, they're holding hands at multiple different occasions. You know, probably.
I just don't really, like, that doesn't click for me so much. Like, oh, they're holding hands, okay.
Social cues, yeah. Trust me, I just kind of, like, you know, take note of it.
Also, because my grade's weird. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot of things they do that would be a social cue that they're in a relationship, but they're not in a relationship. It's just a lot of kids in my grade are very touchy.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's
weird around people who are like really clingy, but like I don't know them.
The guys in my grade have such a bromance going on. And they really like cuddling and things.
In class.
Yeah. There's one kid who in physics would often, if one of the other guys was sitting forward in its chair, so like there was some space behind him in the chair, this guy would just kind of sit behind them all of a sudden. It was real weird.
Alright then.
But like he didn't do that necessarily, like he did it to his friends and they were fine with it because they're used to him. But he also did it to people who didn't necessarily want him to be doing that. Yeah,
that's not cool.
Like one of my friends who really doesn't like people touching him. And so he just would, if that guy came up to him, would sit as far back in his chair as possible.
Oh my gosh. That's a terrible feeling. But someone might just friggin' sit on you that you don't know very well.
It's like he knew him, but he didn't know him, and it was
I know what you mean. That's like
it's like It's a bit weird, dude. So yeah.
That's not cool of him. I see friends, like, gal pals do it sometimes. Like, I think that's a sort of normal thing for some types of girls to do. Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm a decently cuddly person.
Yeah,
so.
You're kind of like that. I mean, it's okay, like, of course, as long as you're not getting weird with it, which they're usually not getting weird.
It's always like, if I'm making you uncomfortable, please tell me to stop. But, like, I'm using you as a pillow now.
At class today, this girl in my class, Taylor, I just see her put her legs upon her friend. Just like, because she's lazy, it's like, yeah. Yep.
Oh. On Thursday at lunch, one of my he's the not very touchy one, but he has this weird, like, okay with us type thing.
Yeah.
That's
because
like,
he knows you guys.
Would you stop? But also, it's not making him uncomfortable necessarily. He's just annoyed by us.
Yeah, I guess that's how I feel when people do that.
So we all, three of us put our one foot on his leg. Like, because he was sitting there, and I was using his chair as a footrest, and so that he was trying to sit, like, on the chair without sitting on my feet, and kept trying to, like, get me to move, and since we like annoying him, I wasn't moving, and then eventually I moved, and then my other friend just went and put her leg on there, and so then we all ended up with our legs on his chair. But it was funny, because we were all wearing, like, black Converse or something similar to Converse, and so we were all kind of matching, and it looks quite funny.
That is pretty funny.
But yeah, that was fun.
Valentine's Day discussion. I just realized we're on topic.
Yeah, Valentine's Day.
Did your school do anything for Valentine's Day?
They were supposed to, but with the snow day, it got messed up. They were gonna have Valentine's Day donuts. And by Valentine's Day donuts, I just mean Krispy Kreme donuts on Valentine's Day. But that got messed up, so.
They sell them.
They're probably going to do it later, because a bunch of people have already given money, because that's how my school does the Krispy Kreme fundraisers. You give them $10, and they'll show up with the boxes, and you just come pick it up.
You buy $10 worth of Krispy Kremes.
Which is 12 Krispy Kremes, yes. And then you share them with your friends.
One?
Or you can just get one. People generally don't. Because then they're $1 a donut. Usually you get...
Why are your scores so cheap?
Not really. It's just like, most kids just don't. It's just easier to get the box of 12 and just, with a bunch of friends and just...
That's cool. I want to share Krispy Kremes with my friends.
But you get so many Krispy... Like, I've never bought a box of Krispy Kreme donuts on one of those days. I always get, like, at least 4 Krispy Kreme donuts, because there's enough people just going, you want a donut? And I'm like, I'm not going to say no.
These loaves? Dude, I want a Krispy Kreme donut right now. I didn't buy a freaking cake. They barely sold it because it was so unsuccessful.
One of my friends is... You know my friend who's way too nice to everyone and is always baking?
Yeah.
She'll buy, like, 2 boxes and not eat a single one. Because she's too busy giving them out to everyone.
That's kind of like what I was doing the entire day of Valentine's Day, giving out these cards.
But yeah, we'll usually, like, force her to eat at least one, because we know, she wanted one, but then she's just too busy giving them, because she was all excited about them, and then she hadn't eaten one, and she's down to the last one, and we're like, no, we will not take this, we will not let you give it to anyone else. That's your donut.
That sounds like
don't give it away. And so, yeah.
I just love sharing. I have trouble taking something when I know someone doesn't have one.
Oh, Valentine's
I got a food. You can have, like, more than half of it. I'll have one bite. I'm fine.
It was quite funny on Valentine's Day. Of a bunch of people brought various candies to give for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing
people do.
There was
no candies, though. Like, I was the only person who gave out cards, and I didn't get a single candy from anybody.
I got some mini eggs. And then one of the girls that, she's not necessarily in my friend group, but she sits with us and she's part of a separate group. But we've kind of merged, but kind of not really. But yeah, she was giving everyone these bags of hot, the spicy hearts, and some gummies and some Jolly Ranchers. But she just put them in a bag and then tied them with a ribbon, and then she'd just throw them at people, like to pass them to them, and they kept exploding. And so there was a particularly funny, like one sort of exploded in one of my friend's hands, and he was a bit annoyed about it, but it was fine. But it was funny because he tried to pass it to someone across the hallway and missed, and it hit the wall, and things went everywhere, and it was really funny. And it's like, dude, stop throwing them. But yeah, it was great. And then I had a whole bunch of orange gummy bears. Because one of my friends just had a package of gummy bears. But they don't eat the orange... they don't eat orange candies because they're allergic. And so...
Allergic to the orange ones?
They're allergic to oranges. And so they just choose not to eat.
Orange in that. There's like straight up no orange in that.
No, but it's not the actual orange that, like, they're not actually allergic to oranges. Orange smell just gives them a migraine. And so they've just got used to avoiding all orange things.
Yeah, that sucks, though, because the orange smell's probably, like, all over the other ones, too.
Yeah, but it's gummy bears, so the smell doesn't really get anywhere. It's just habit. They don't eat orange candies.
Some are pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, that's interesting.
And it's the type that are made out of actual orange and whatever, because they're the fancy gummies. But, yeah. Or they claim to be made out of actual orange, at least. So either way, I just had a bag of orange gummy bears. So that was fun.
Also, I realized that wasn't the final version of the card. But this is a bad image.
What's the difference?
We were the same height. And the khaki marsh was in the middle. I was like, that makes it look better. This one, it's like, where's the focus? Sorry, I'm so happy about this card. Because, yeah. I wanted to give one to you. I have some left, I guess I'll give one to you. When the time comes, when it's not Valentine's Day, when it's like St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll give William one too. I want some gummy bears. You like gummy bears?
What?
Gummy bears.
I had the McDonald's today. That was fun. We realized the reason it took so long. It didn't actually take that long. Like, it only took like 20 minutes since we placed the order, but William had forgotten to finish placing the order, and that's why it took so long. So it's our fault.
Okay, so the reason it took like an hour is your fault.
Yeah. It only took like 20 minutes.
Not the snow.
It's also, I feel like it might be partly the snow, but it only took like 20 minutes since he finished putting in the order.
How was your McDonald's? I didn't know that you could order McDonald's.
You can with Skip the Dishes.
Oh, I didn't know they had Skip the Dishes over there. Is it new?
Not really.
Oh. I've never tried it. Do you need a credit card or something?
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
So yeah, we did that. Because we really only had macaroni in the house, and we didn't really feel like macaroni. So, I got chicken nugs. It was good. So the fries were a bit cold by the time they got here. But that's probably because the guy's car was probably kind of cold. But, however, the ketchup packets we got were very warm.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's what we need.
We decided to just use our ketchup because, one, it's annoying to get the ketchup out of the ketchup package. And two, they were really, like, I touched one and it's just so warm because it had been directly under the burger and whatever. And it's just like, nope, I don't like this. So, yeah.
That's not normal.
Mm-hmm.
How can you manage to get hot ketchup packs? They probably taste like worse, too.
Mm-hmm. We decided not to. We put them in the fridge because why not? But also we decided no, we're not eating that.
You have the choice.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I've never tried it.
Here. but it was good. We got our food.
I think a few weeks back when I was hanging out with Mateo's friends, one of them ordered pizza to a bowling alley. I think they used skip the dishes or something like that.
The school
to the bowling alley
has repeatedly told us, like, we keep every so often we'll get an email of our school is closed campus. You cannot order things to our school. But so you can't order pizza to our school. They're all the pizza places are like blacklisted so that you can't order them to our school.
That sucks.
And so you can get around it. You just order it to the fire hall and then tell them to bring it to the fence. But
bring it to the fence.
Yeah, and then you just do it over the fence. Because they are allowed to do that. They just can't go on school property. But for some reason, they can't do that with Skip the Dishes. So one girl ordered Skip the Dishes to the bathroom. And the school went, no. And so, yeah.
Can you just skip the dishes to the school in general?
You're not supposed to. But, like, they haven't been able to make it so that the Skip the Dishes will tell you you're not allowed. So... Because if you call a pizza place, they'll automatically go, no, we can't send a pizza there.
Yeah.
But if you go through Skip the Dishes, they won't do that. So the school just keeps, every once in a while, will send out an email of, no, you're not allowed to do that.
If you're allowed to bring external food to school, why aren't you allowed to do that?
It's the human that's bringing the food. That's the problem.
They're like trespassing.
They're not, the school is we're a closed campus school, which means there's not allowed to be anyone in the school that doesn't have like a technically it's like not no one that's not either a part of the school or has an appointment. But really it's just if someone knows you well enough to let you in, then you're allowed in. But yeah. You're not allowed to have pizza or like delivery guys coming into the school.
Yeah, but like not into the school, but like you said, at the fence. Like I don't.
They are allowed at the fence, but people kept not doing that, and so technically they can't stop it can't stop them from coming to the fence. But like the rule is, you're not allowed to tell them to come on school property, and kids kept
that makes sense
telling them to come onto school property, and these random delivery people don't know this rule. So
yeah, and they're just doing their job. They have to.
Yeah, exactly. So, but like legally, they're not allowed to. So that's why all the pizza places have that rule written down. And I feel like that's true for most schools because they don't let random people into schools.
No,
because that's not safe. So yeah.
Sometimes I just like walk into random high schools, but like I blend in really well.
Exactly. So. A full uniform makes you blend in less well, whatever. Yeah. And grown-ups walking in.
Grown-ups, yeah. If you don't look like a teenager.
Also,
red on you or something.
The office people know everyone that's supposed to come into our school. Like, you can just go up to the office, and say that you're getting checked in or whatever, and then just walk away. And they just know who you are, generally. I don't know how they know this, but they just do. They just, maybe one time I think they have our photos on file and whatever, but yeah. Generally they just know who you are. Like, sometimes, but yeah, that's part of their job and whatever. So yeah, if you walk in and they don't know who you are, then they might call you out, they might not, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all this got a lot stricter a couple years back, so it makes sense.
Are there a lot of, like, new students coming to your school?
At the beginning of the year, but not generally in the middle of the year.
Yeah, but, like, every year is there a lot?
No. There's, like...
But then I guess it's easy for them.
There's an amount, but not a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think all the schools in Abbotsford kind of tightened up the rule.
Yeah.
Because the whole stabbing thing made everyone kind of more concerned.
Keep that from happening.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen again. That was not a good thing. I know my school decided that to make...
I got a story.
First aid mandatory and all that. Okay, story time.
This is kind of related to that a little bit. So, like, the other day, Apparently, we got the police to come to our school because apparently someone on Snapchat put a picture of them with an airsoft gun that said the name of the school. Deal, and they invited the police, and the police didn't even know what was going on. And, like, make sure, which is, like, whatever, but they made, like, a big deal of it. They came into, like, every class and, like, tracked down the person who made it. Which, I mean, of course they're gonna do that, but, like, I don't think it was very convincing. It was, like, a Snapchat of all things that just made this huge deal. And, like, obviously, yeah, it wasn't real.
But there have been cases of a Snapchat and then it being real, like...
That's ridiculous.
Snapchat doesn't make it... The fact that it's on Snapchat doesn't make it less real, because it's a bunch of teenagers. Where are they gonna put it? If they're gonna put it somewhere, it's probably going to be social media.
That's true.
They have to... With teenagers, they watch the social media. That's what they have to do. That's where teenagers will put it.
Yeah. But still, it was just kind of like... Oh my gosh. Like, are you serious?
I think that was really dumb of whatever student did it, but I don't think that was wrong on the school or the police's side of things.
Well, the school did its best, but it was just funny that there was, like, police everywhere, and it's like, what the heck's going on? But yeah, that student, like, it's not really worth it, because, you know, there can be, like, severe consequences. You can, like, get, like...
Yeah, you know, I think that, incredibly dumb on the student side, proper actions on the school and the police's side.
Yeah.
Quiz time?
Is it?
It is.
Do you ever have that happen in your school?
Nope. Not so far.
Yeah, I don't know who made it. Apparently some of my friends saw it and they said, like, you know, it's kind of they put some filters on it so you can really tell if it was a real gun or not, but it probably wasn't. A kid from our school that was holding it.
There's a lot of airsoft guns that look exactly like real guns.
You can, like, buy them, like, in... some places around here, too.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Anyway, are you ready to see who you are as a boy?
Which one are we going for?
Jeffrey.
What?
We looked at the results.
Yeah.
We didn't really answer the test, we just went to the end.
Yeah, and looked at the results, and so we're going for Jeffrey, because we realized the results are just 3 male names. So we're going for Jeffrey.
The results are male names, so we chose the best one.
Yeah, we chose Jeffrey. Okay, what's your hair color? As a girl?
As a girl?
What is your hair color? Mine is...
I am a girl.
Brown/blonde. I believe yours is also brown/blonde.
Yes, tan Asian. What the heck does that mean, tan Asian versus white pale? This is like a racist quiz.
Are you tan or Asian, or are you white or pale?
I'm white and pale. I'm not very tan.
Yeah, I'm both white and pale.
But also, like, what if you're tan and, like, not Asian? Okay.
I think they're just separate categories. You go in that category if you're either tan or Asian. How they're split up makes it so it's 2 separate things, but you just click the same button. Like, the last one was brown/blonde. They're not the same color, but you click on the same button.
You understand these quizzes.
That's what I'm thinking. I like the complete lack of description of this quiz, which is partly why I wanted to click on it, because it was just you as a boy, no description. And it has been taken by 85,000 people. Okay.
I'm sorry, keep taking this quiz, like, these questions. Your eye shape.
Eye shape.
I said almond.
What's my eye shape?
Almond. I don't know. These are really bad decisions. These aren't actually real eye shapes. I think my eyes are almond.
Personality as a girl. Because personality changes depending on my gender.
Yes. My personality changes.
And my personality is I'm super hot. Heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji.
Blue heart, pink heart, purple heart, square.
I'm hot
AF, little curve though. It's me. I'm hot AF. I got such an attitude.
I'm gonna go, I'm super hot. Or no, it's I'm super hot. Heart.
Okay.
Personality, you prefer your men.
What?
Personality you
Dana, how do
prefer
you like
your
your
men.
man?
Strong and confident and loves football. Good grades and loves movies and volleyball. Hot and gels his hair and loves video games.
Hair.
I don't want someone gelled hair.
Gross.
But I also don't like sports.
Yeah, I don't like sports. I'm going with the gelled hair.
I'm gonna go with good grades and loves movies, and I guess volleyball.
Volleyball's okay, I guess. I'm
Head
going with
shape.
the gelled hair. You know, I'm all over that.
I have a very round head.
His. Or what?
I think it's yours.
Round.
Love life.
Round head.
My love life is okay. It's non-existent, but that's okay.
And you're okay with it.
What's your self-confidence level?
I guess 1 to 6. I don't know. 8 to 10. 6 to 8.
8 to 10. I'm too lazy to give a shit.
I would say I'm a 6, probably. 6 to 7. Boy. See ya, love. I'm gonna say that. See ya, love.
I'm gonna say
goodbye.
Who are you?
You are a cute white boy. Every you are obsessed with you. You are insecure. You love to sing and play soccer. Charlie.
I am also Charlie. Let's see your... I'm 5 Charlie, 3 Jefferson, and 1 Robert.
I got 1 Jefferson.
I
so
win.
Much more Jefferson
I am
than me.
Jefferson.
Oh gosh, I'm not. I can't.
I'm not Jefferson. We're both Charlie, but I am more Jefferson than you are.
Yeah, you're more Jefferson than me. I'm more Robert than you, but
that you are. What is this quiz? Why is there no description? Why is this boy shirtless? Put on a shirt, child.
Look at the image. Look at the image.
Which image?
For the quiz. The image for the quiz, like the profile image, like this one.
The 2 children?
That's me and you.
Which one are you?
Mouth open. I'm going like, ah! And you're like, okay, Adell.
Accurate. What is this quiz?
The person who made this quiz. Ariana? Did they make more? Did they make you as a girl?
I can go look. It's how much do you know of me? Which band is for you? Are you Andy Biersack? How dark
Let's do that next time. Who the heck is Andy Biersack? Let's see if we're him.
Singer for Black Veil Brides, I believe.
Okay.
I think I might be
wrong. I don't know who they are, but they sound like emo.
They're very emo.
Yeah. Do they have a crush on you?
Does whoever?
Each other.
They?
Yeah,
do they have a crush? Why would you take a quiz to ask if you have a crush? Can you pass kindergarten?
This is deeply based on me and my friends' experiences, so it's as accurate as it can be. Make sure to take this quiz regularly as feelings about people change over time. I'm sorry if I offended anyone and the images don't belong to me. Remember,
are you stupid?
It's just a quiz, so don't take it too seriously, but if you want love advice, you can always DM me. Dude, should I DM her?
Don't DM this child. What Shawn Mendes song are you?
Oh, this is a baby.
What color are you?
Are you Andy Biersack? Let's take this one next time, okay?
Okay.
Do you not really know who he is? Like, you barely know him?
I know of him, but I might be wrong. I recognize the name and face.
Well, if you barely know him, like, you don't know much about him, then it's funny. Let's take it.
Alright.
Like, it's okay if you recognize the name, but, like, I do not, and he looks like an emo boy, so...
He's a very emo boy. I know that. I'm 100% certain at least he presents himself as a very emo boy.
Yes. Boys. Hell yeah.
I feel like he also may have broken, like, some bone on stage one time and kept playing.
That's all you know about him.
I just have a lot of random information in my head, but I don't necessarily, like, I have no idea what songs he's made, but I just have random information.
Yeah, well, you know what, respect to Andy Biersack. He's a trooper, he broke his leg or whatever on stage, he kept playing. You know, everyone listening, just take off your hats for a minute and salute him.
Your existent hats. I will put my phone on my head so it will be my hat. And then I will remove it, and I've taken off
my hand on my head, and then take it off.
Alright. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much. Have a good one. Happy
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.